Donald Trump and women. Just saying those words probably brings a flood of headlines. The tweets, the offhand remarks, the rally sound bites, all the things we saw in public.
She was so filthy dirty, disgusting.
But behind closed doors, in the boardroom or at home, the story is more complex. He gave women opportunities and praised their work.
I cherish women.
Yet Trump could be just as dismissive the next moment. Contradictions seem to define him. And that's the story we're here to uncover. As reported by the New York Times, which spoke with more than 50 women who knew him across decades in business, modeling, and pageants. So let's go back to where it all began. The New York Military Academy.
And I can tell you that one of the great choices I ever made in terms of success was the choice of going to NYMA, New York Military Academy.
At this strict all-boys boarding school about an hour and a half north of New York City, young Donald Trump started shaping his image. Girls weren't normally allowed on campus, but on rare occasions when they were, Trump made sure to bring ones who were, in his words, 10s. One classmate remembered how particular he was. The women had to be striking, well-dressed, sophisticated. For Trump, it wasn't about just having a date, it was about making a statement. By senior year, Donald's classmates called him the ladies' man in the yearbook. Not because of one steady girlfriend, but because of the steady stream of attractive women he invited to campus. Asked later how he earned that title, Trump chuckled at first. "I better not tell you a lot, I'll get myself in trouble," before admitting he just had, as he put it, a great feeling for women. Already we see a pattern that will repeat throughout his life. Women as a kind of status symbol. That attitude was shaped early on by his father, Fred Trump, a man known for controlling every detail. Ivana Trump, Donald's first wife, once recalled a dinner with the family at Tavern on the Green in New York. Everyone followed Fred's lead and ordered steak. Ivana asked for fish. Fred immediately shut it down. No, Ivana is not going to have fish. She is going to have a steak. She stood her ground and got her fish, but the message was clear. Fred set the rules. Later that night, Donald echoed his father, questioning why she didn't just have the steak. Ivana shot back, "Because I'm not going to be told what to eat when I don't want it." Peak queen energy right there. Years later, Donald still defended his father's behavior, saying Fred only wanted what was better for her. It shows how Donald's father shaped his mindset, teaching him to see women as needing direction, even when they could easily make their own choices.
Do you miss the old life?
The old life?
Life with Donald?
I don't, no.
Fred also struggled to accept women in leadership. When Donald made Barbara Rez head of construction in the 1980s, Fred couldn't understand it. In his mind, that simply wasn't a job for a woman. Donald brushed it off as his father being old-fashioned, but still, the lesson was there. Women in his world were praised when they fit into traditional molds.
Trump liked to have a controversy. He liked to be surrounded by controversy.
But Donald was also drawn to women in ways that blurred personal and professional lines. Nowhere was that clearer than when he bought the Miss Universe organization. Suddenly, he was in charge of pageants full of young, ambitious women competing for titles and opportunities.
Hey, when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the I can do anything.
Temple Taggart, Miss Utah in 1997, remembered meeting him for the first time and being startled when he greeted her with a kiss on the lips. Temple says she saw him do it to others too, even though he was married at the time. Later, Trump encouraged her to come to New York for modeling work, even suggesting she should pretend to be younger, because at 21, she was, in his words, too old. Trump denied behaving this way, but multiple contestants recall similar patterns.
I think the big problem this country has is being politically correct.
Other women remembered how he inspected contestants personally.
I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it.
They're like
everything is good.
Carrie Prejean, Miss California 2009, recalled that during rehearsals, Trump sometimes asked contestants to rate each other's looks. For the young women, many barely out of high school, it was intimidating. Some even cried. Trump always denied this, saying he'd never do something that would hurt feelings. But the women who lived it remember it differently.
You dropped to your knees.
Yes.
And begged to do this. And I said, I'm looking around the room, and we had even Latoya, who sitting beside me, thought maybe Brandy was right.
Must be a pretty picture you
Little
drop into
John
your
and
knees.
Dennis thought.
In the business world, Trump didn't hold back on commenting about women's appearances. Barbara Rez, one of his executives, recalled him suddenly praising the fitness of California women during a meeting, only to later jab at her weight with, "You like your candy." Louise Sunshine said he preferred her when she was thinner, though she took it as encouragement. Others recalled how he insisted that only attractive women be visible when visitors came to the office. At times, even his own daughter Ivanka became part of these conversations. One former Miss Universe called it creepy when he asked if Ivanka was hot. And honestly, it's hard to argue with her.
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know.
Models Donald dated experienced this mix of glamour and discomfort as well. Rowan Brewer Lane once recalled being at Mar-a-Lago when Trump handed her a swimsuit and asked her to put it on. When she did, he paraded her outside, announcing, "That is a stunning Trump girl, isn't it?" Rowan later clarified that she has nothing unpleasant to say about the experience.
I don't have a negative story to give about Donald Trump because I don't have a negative, account of anything.
Now, even when some encounters remained behind closed doors, Trump's approach to women was rarely discreet. Around the office, he flaunted tabloid headlines detailing his love life, including one that shouted, "Marla Maples had the best sex I've ever had with Donald." His staff cringed, but Trump couldn't resist waving it around for all to see.
Too hot, do you think?
It's hot. It's pretty hot. Is it too hot? I don't know. Can a relationship ever get too hot?
But alongside these stories, you hear a different side. Women who rose high in his company and remember Donald Trump as a boss who gave them chances no one else would.
People think of me as not necessarily nice, but they think of me as very competent.
Barbara Rez became head of construction, something unheard of in the 1980s. Trump told her he wanted her to be his Donna Trump.
Great opportunity, I'm not denying that. But I think that it was a matter of him not being prejudiced against women in hiring me and picking the best person.
Rez later recalled, he said, "I know you're a woman in a man's world, and while men tend to be better than women, a good woman is better than 10 good men." He thought he was really complimenting me. Well, that's classic Trump praise. Bold, brash, and a bit confusing. Still, she and others like Louise Sunshine built real careers under Donald and credited him with opening doors in a male-dominated field.
Achievement is something that really gives you great pleasure.
One architect recalled, the backbone of his company was women. Yet even with trusted colleagues, he often used diminutive nicknames like Han or Honey Bunch. As Alair Townsend, a former deputy mayor in New York, recalled, he was dismissive. It was always Han, dear, things he wouldn't have said to a man. It was designed to make you feel small, and he did that repeatedly. No one captured both sides of Trump's approach better than Ivana, his first wife. He gave her control of major properties like Trump's Castle in Atlantic City and the Plaza Hotel in Manhattan. Ivana ran them successfully by all accounts.
And I was chief executive officer, and casino really did very well. It was the most profitable hotel casino in the United States.
But here's the baffling part. She was officially paid just $1 a year for her work. Just $1. Can you believe that?
And she still has that softness. But during this period of time, she became an executive, not a wife.
Looking back, Trump said one of his biggest mistakes was letting Ivana run the casinos.
If you're in business for yourself, I really think it's a bad idea to put your wife working for you. I think it's a really bad idea. I think that was the single greatest cause of what happened to my marriage with Ivana.
The problem was, work was all she wanted to talk about. "I will never again give a wife responsibility within my business," Trump wrote in his book, The Art of the Comeback. And he has stayed true to his word. Melania, for example, runs her own ventures, like beauty products and jewelry, with Trump largely uninvolved. After his split with Ivana, some disturbing allegations about Donald's behavior came to light.
During the divorce was brutal. He took the divorce as a business deal, and he cannot lose.
In her original deposition, Ivana recalled how Trump got violent after a surgery. She first called it sexual assault, but later clarified she didn't mean it in a legal way, just that she felt deeply violated as a woman. Trump, of course, denied everything, calling her claims obviously false.
When we deal with reporters, it's called fake news.
In the 1990s, other women also came forward with stories of uncomfortable encounters. One described Trump making inappropriate comments about her during business meetings. Another recalled unwanted physical advances. Some lawsuits were eventually withdrawn, and Trump denied all wrongdoing, as you might expect.
It's fake, phony, fake.
But the stories don't all end there. Some women recall deep scars. Alicia Machado, crowned Miss Universe in 1996, gained weight after winning. Trump publicly criticized her appearance and even invited cameras to watch her exercise. Machado says the humiliation stayed with her for years, triggering eating disorders and therapy. Trump never expressed regret, saying only, "To that I plead guilty." Trump often defends his record, saying the pageants gave women employment opportunities. Hundreds and hundreds of women, thousands of women, are the better for it, he said. He also points to his daughter Ivanka as proof that he values women in leadership.
And I've known my father, obviously, my whole life, and he has total respect for women.
So what do we make of all this? Donald Trump's history with women is full of contradictions, empowering at times, demeaning at others, praising ambition while showing off his vanity, opening doors yet leaving scars. In the end, it's as controversial as Trump himself.